Not.
It's live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nerd Rage Renegades live show. Live. For the first time ever, we are live, coming to you right here from YouTube. Chief, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing out there, if you're out there watching?
If you're watching, I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're all ready for the holiday season. We know we are. Holidays are here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mod. Mod's up in the chat. Oh, yeah. Chat's working now. Mod up in the chat.
Hey. There she is.
There she is. Mod's in the chat. We know we're here. We're gonna, a couple more people will be popping into the chat, I'm sure. Sure, we'll be getting some more people coming in. Chief, why don't we just blast out that we are live now?
I'm getting echo from somewhere.
Turn down if you're, because you got the watch page up. Turn down the volume, my friend.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. You're right. I do. All right, you're muted.
Mute.
Hi, Mod.
Mute.
I don't know how to use technology.
So far, Mod, you're the only one in the chat, so we're just talking to you personally. This is your own personal show right now.
We're just doing the show for Mod now. What do you want to talk about, Mod? Punisher? Punisher was awesome, right? Well, Mod might not like the what I'm going to say about The Walking Dead here in a little bit, but hang in there, Mod.
We're just working out a couple of the bugs here.
Mod wants a theme song.
She wants a theme song. Chief, can you pull that up?
Yeah, hang on a second. I just had it up and then I did something stupid. Your wish is my command.
No, that's our theme song.
Oh. Oh yeah, I don't. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I was confused for a second. No, hold on. I got you. I got you. Let's see. For some reason, I got the noises going on my thing here. Well, this show is exciting. This is me looking up stuff and spin sitting there.
Hey, no, like I said, we're just waiting for some. We've got the chat going. We're waiting for a couple more participants.
You got that? You can hear it. How much of this can I play before I get sued?
That was about. All right. That's 30 seconds.
All right. Okay, hold on. Don't listen. There you go.
We can only do 30 seconds of that. But there you go, Mod. There's your theme song.
All right. Live. We're live, everybody. Mod. Well, we don't know. It could be other people watching. We don't know. I don't know. How do you tell?
I can tell. I can see, and it says like how many people are watching.
Oh, there's two watching now. Oh, there's a mystery watcher out there.
It might be me. It might be me, so I can watch the chat.
It could be me too. Like I'm watching it too. Well, so this week, what happened? We had the Walking Dead mid-season finale.
Yes, we did.
Should I just go into that?
Sure, why not? Why not? Let's talk about that. So the Walking Dead had this mid-season finale. Chief, I've never seen him go so freaking nuts on after a show. I've never seen him go freaking nuts like this.
Yeah. Well, this week Gimple proved he just doesn't give a shit about the fans of The Walking Dead. And I guess people that don't read the book, I guess it's all new to them. So for what do they know? It's just a story to them. But to me, it's I've been following it for a long time from the books, and I'm way ahead now in the comic book from where they are in the show. And there'd been just one bad decision after another. It's like to kill certain characters off when it doesn't make any kind of improvement and it's not really that big. What's the point?
Exactly.
They're just making it bad. They're just making it bad. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this mid-season finale of The Walking Dead, turn the sound down for like the next 5 to 10 minutes. Because I'm about to.
Hey, Dolly. Hold on. Hey, Dolly. Welcome to the live show. I'm glad you could make it in, Dolly.
Dolly's here?
Dolly's here in the chat. We're drop that sugar in the chat for the Dolly leg.
Hey, there she is. I see her. How's it going? I was just about to ruin the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. So if you haven't seen that, Dolly, anyway, I'm just gonna blurt it out. So turn down your sound for like the next 10 seconds while I blurt out who dies. Okay, mute. Okay, Carl. They killed fucking Carl. This last week, the mid-season finale. Basically, the future. They basically just said, "Here's the future of the show. Let's fucking have a zombie bite it and kill it." That's the way I saw it. Because as you know, Spin, you read the book as well.
I do. Yeah.
You know that the very next arc after this, after the war, is the Whisperers. Well, sort of. There's a big long like festival planning thing, which they'll probably show us every goddamn second of that festival planning in the show. I guarantee it's gonna suck. But the festival planning in the comic book took like forever, man. I thought it was like 6 months of this planning this stupid festival, well, kind of like in tandem with the Whisperers arc. Well, as you know, the Whisperers arc it revolves around Carl. It's basically a story about Carl, and he hooks up with Lydia, the Whisperer girl, and her mother doesn't like it, and then there's the Whisperer War, and we get all that, and that's where we get around to Negan has been in a cage for 3 years in the Whisperer War story, and he finally gets his chance to redeem himself, and he gets out. So there's this crazy kind of change in Negan's character after his time spent in jail, and Negan's actually come around to be a decent dude in the comic book. So what they've done on the show basically with killing Carl is they've basically hamstringed all of that stuff between Negan and Carl, all that stuff with Carl and Lydia, the tension between Rick and Alpha, all that shit that was great about the comic book and the story it's gone. It's off the table. How are they going to do it now?
Dolly said yes because she hated that kid.
Well, I'm not standing up for Chandler Riggs. I'm saying that character is important, man. He
Right.
grows up in the comic to be his own man, and the whole rest of this is him going to the hilltop, him becoming a blacksmith, him getting with Lydia. They get their own house together at the hilltop. All that shit's gone now. Now it's just going to be fighting Thunderdome style with the garbage people for the.
And Dolly, thank you for the subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for the subscribe to the channel. We are constantly putting new stuff on the channel, so thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
In fact, since the people who are watching right now, Maud says, I totally agree with you on this. One, killing Carl was total bullshit. She said, BS. Maud, I'm going to do the full thing. Bullshit. Not sure what will happen. I'll tell you what will happen. A bunch of fuck all. That's what's going to happen. Just a bunch of fuck all. Stephen Wilds, what's up, brother? Welcome to the chat, man. Drop it. Welcome to the chat. Steven's from GamingRebellion.com. How you doing, brother? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, people are showing up for this.
I know, right? It's like, holy shit. It's like, holy fucking shit. Let me tell you this, since I got you all here, I thank you all for tuning in tonight once again. On our channel, Dolly, you just subscribed. Thank you for that. On our channel, I'm going to lay some stuff out here of what's going to happen in 2018. That way you all know what's going on. Just in from work, Stevens. That is, see, go get that cognac or that scotch or that whiskey, and hello, pull up a glass and chill. So on our channel, we if you follow us, especially on Twitter and everything, you've seen a shitload of stuff coming on our YouTube channel lately. And what it is Chief and I, first of all, we've been doing a lot of movie commentary tracks, because we love making fun of movies. And Chief is an insomniac, and he watches these weird ass movies at like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Amazon.
So we decided we want to take these movies and we are going to do commentary tracks on them. So the first one we did was, of course, the greatest movie of all time, The Legend of Bigfoot by Ivan Marks. Yeah. And we've done like 5 or 6 so far. The last one we just put up was Robo Wars, starring Red Brown.
Yeah, that one so far has been my favorite, I think. Bigfoot's my favorite. Bigfoot's my favorite without commentary on it. Even I'll watch that over and over again. But Robo War besides Bigfoot's been my favorite.
So with you guys here, we'll let you in on what is coming next week, because we are dropping one for the week before Christmas, and it's one that so Chief and I, we had done we had recorded this last week's podcast with Olive Glass. Fantastic. If you haven't heard that podcast, please go check it out with Olive. She is just amazing. And so afterwards, Chief and I were like, we're just going to record a movie. So just in time for Christmas, you all will get to hear the commentary. Did I post a leak on Twitter? You know what I did? It must have got lost. Here, I'm gonna post it on Twitter right now.
We have 5 up right now, by the way. I checked. There's 5 commentaries up now, and the one coming out will be the 6th commentary. So go entertain yourselves, enjoy.
Yes. So next week, Tuesday of next week, I'm currently in the midst of editing it. We are going to be dropping commentary track for the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah, that's just hard to watch. I don't care.
About an hour and a half of Chief and I telling the stormtroopers to kill the freaking child Chewbacca.
Yeah, and you get to watch an old gray Wookiee masturbate, which is the greatest.
Yes, that is so fucking hilarious. So we're gonna be doing that, and we're gonna have a lot more commentary coming in 2018. In fact, Dolly, who's in the chat, will be joining us for a couple of those. We've talked to her. Dolly, I'll get you the dates for that, but definitely gonna have you join us for those.
It's very laid back, and you can just laugh at a terrible movie. And if someone's coming on to guest with us, I'll make sure we find a really good one.
Oh, just the most horrible ones. Also, in 2018, I have scripts written for video game reviews, so we will be having that coming. The first one will be, I'll fill you in, it'll be Roar of the Beast on Sega Genesis. Will be the first review I will be putting up.
I never remember that game.
God, that game is fucking horrible. I mean, literally, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm cursing up a storm. I'm having a full angry video game nerd freaking meltdown because of this fucking game. Okay.
Probably sounded a lot like me and my computer about 20 minutes ago.
Pretty much. And then Chief, by fan vote on the Twitter, we had put up, Chief had to, we put up a poll that stated, game reviews are cool. You're damn right, Steven. And I love your stuff, Steven. All of the things that you do. Fucking fantastic, man. You are fucking amazing. So, Chief got roped into watching anime that he has never watched before.
Yeah. I'm like 6 in now. I haven't finished it all, but I'm getting there.
So Chief is watching the anime called The Devil is a Part-Timer. And he will be posting videos of his reaction to that anime, and then we'll be doing another anime.
My review before, little sneak preview of the review. I can tell you from the first six, just a little bit. I really like the animation so far. I think that the story is good, and it's pretty funny. The only thing I don't like is some of the dialogue is pretty stilted because it's translated, and I sometimes that English overdub on anime just drives me nuts. Just the way it sounds and how it just sounds unnatural, just completely unnatural way of talking. So that throws me off. But other than that, it's really good.
It's one of my favorites. I enjoy it, so I can't wait for the full thing. And we're going to try to beef up the YouTube channel in 2018. A lot more stuff coming down the pipe in 2018. And then if anybody is in the Chicagoland area, April 6th through the 8th.
Emergency.
Subs not dubs, Chief. Subs not subs not dubs. Exactly, Dolly. Subs not dubs. With me, with 2 kids, sometimes I gotta have the dubs just so I can follow along while they're, driving me insane. But I agree. I love watching them with subs as well. And a lot of them nowadays, especially if you're watching Crunchyroll, it's all subs, never dubs. Gotcha. You know what? Gotcha. No dubs. I will follow that.
It's way better with hearing the original soundtrack.
It is.
But well, I mean, it depends, I guess. Like stuff like some of it doesn't bother me. Like Akira, it doesn't really bother me that bad, really. I can watch the dub version of Akira, and I still find it really awesome. But some anime just sounds weird. Maybe it's the voice actors that bother me.
Maybe because I mean, usually it's a lot of the same people, but we'll see what I kind of want Chief to do, either Rosario Vampire or High School DxD next.
Yeah, I kind of want one that's weird. Like, give me a weird one. Not like a weird porno one or anything, but like give me a really bizarre one. The next one.
Yeah, Dolly. Miyazaki stuff is okay. Yeah, definitely with Miyazaki stuff. I mean, it's Miyazaki. How great is Miyazaki? I mean, all his stuff is great.
I've seen all of it, though.
You see Ponyo?
Yes, I've seen Ponyo.
Ponyo, little tiny fish.
I like that. It's cool.
I think I'm the only person who wants dubs because of my vision being bad. Reading is almost impossible for me, so I'll take a bad dub. Steven, how about what if Chief and I dubbed an anime? It'll be the Chief and Spin dub of an anime.
Just put in our own words. How accurate do you think they are?
I don't know. If we dub it, it won't be accurate. If we dub it, it won't be accurate. It will be like.
Yeah, if we do.
No, I have not seen Ergo Proxy. I'm gonna have to watch that one. I'll have to check that one out. Ergo Proxy. So you said no porno ones. I really want you to watch High School DxD though. I think you'd get a kick out of High School DxD.
I mean, not just just blatant porno ones. I mean, if it's got some sex scenes in it, that doesn't bother me because if it's part of a story. But
right,
I don't want to watch just straight up anime porn.
Right. Maz says that would be cool. Dolly says please do. Steven says that's amazing. So Chief, it looks like we will have to dub at least probably a little bit of an anime. We're probably gonna have to dub something like that. I'll do it. I'll do it. Maybe I'll bring in some different voices, Chief. Yeah.
I'm not doing that. My Charles Bronson's terrible.
Hey, Chief, what this anime needs is just more cowbell. It's what it needs, Chief.
The Paul Lynn always gets me, man. You gotta put some Paul Lynn in there.
Oh my God, they're showing panties in an anime. I'm the secret square. Kids, I was on Bewitched. Uncle Arthur.
and the old Prospector is always my favorite.
Oh, the Prospector. He's my gold. That's my gold. Don't you get off my land.
That kills
the old Prospector. I love the old Prospector. And maybe Torgo, Chief. Maybe Torgo should come in. Can you bring in Torgo?
Not good at that guy.
So,
but get regular guy voice out of me.
Regular guy voice. Get like your coach from Cheers.
Exactly.
With a Renegade Masterpiece Theater. So tonight though, we do want to hear. We want to take a lot of your questions. So if any of you guys got questions you want to ask of Chief and I, just put them up in the chat, and we'll be answering those questions. As long as you guys are asking them, we'll answer them. I don't care how long this thing goes.
What's your social security card number, Spin?
8675309 Jenny.
Give me all your vital information.
Give me your bank. Give me your routing number.
What's your Twitter password?
Oh, ain't nobody get my Twitter password. Nobody gets that shit. You don't know how much. I mean, I try to put out as much as I can on the Twitter box. Hey, and if any of you haven't followed our Facebook page yet, mate, please go to facebook.com/NRR Truth Radio and follow us there as well.
Dolly asked if we put this link on Twitter. Did we? I don't know.
Yes, we did. I did. Dolly wants the credit card number. We'll talk offline, Dolly, about that one. Okay. Only for you. Only for you. Dolly has actually been on the show twice. So if you haven't heard the shows with Dolly, she was on 2 weeks ago. Really another great talk with her, and so make sure you go check out those episodes.
And go follow her on Twitter.
Yes, follow her on the Twitter box.
I always get her Twitter wrong. What's her Twitter again?
I am going there right now. Dolly Lay's Twitter is at Miss Dolly Lay on the Twitter. So please go follow her, Dolly. She is so awesome. So awesome.
Yes.
So with this show this past year, if you've been following us this past year, we've had a slew of people come in on this show this year, and I just wanted to give a little rundown of some of the guests we've had this year because it has been simply fantastic. Olive Glass, Dolly, of course. James Rolfe has been back with us twice this year, the angry video game nerd. And a little bit of a preview. We'll be working with James more in 2018. James will be back with us in 2018.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes, James will be back. The Twitter is
right along with everybody.
Say that again.
I find some of this out right along with the audience.
You do. So we've had Bigfoot hunters on with us this year. We've had so many slew of guests this year and a lot of big news stories. Do you have a list of who you would like to have on the show in 2018? Says Maud. First and foremost, Chief and I have a bucket list of guests that we would just die to have on this show.
Some of those may be coming up here in early, kind of mid-April.
Yes, mid-April.
We're going possibly, if all goes well, we'll be going as press to C2E2 in Chicago, and we'll hopefully be picking up some of the interviews that are on that list, and that would be good because hopefully that'll get us access to the DC roster while we're there at least.
Yeah, exactly. More
Tom King on top of my list right now. Tom King's going to be at C2E2. Tom King is the top of my list, writer at Batman. That's who I want.
Scott Snyder probably. If Scott's there, we always get a chance to talk with Scott whenever we're someplace with him.
Scott will definitely be on if he's there.
Yeah, Steven says more wrestlers. I've been working on that. Believe it or not, I've been working on that to get more wrestlers on. I've talked to Mia Yim, but she at that point, it was right around the hurricane in Florida, so she wasn't doing any interviews at that time.
Well,
but
understandable.
Huh?
That's understandable.
Yeah, very understandable. So yeah, we're working on more wrestlers on the show. We've had Leva Bates, who, if you watch NXT, she was Blue Pants in NXT. The thing that we find with the wrestlers is the independent wrestlers I can talk to. If they're part of like WWE, TNA, that's a whole other shebang. Yeah, that's Jade from TNA. Yeah, Mia Yim. It's hard to get them if they're like in one of the big promotions, but we're working on it. Definitely working on that.
We had one lined up one time and it turned into a fiasco. So we're doing a little gun-shy wrestlers lately too.
Yeah, there was one we had talked to. I'm not going to name any names, but she's formerly from TNA, and I had worked with. It was one of those where you work with their people type of a thing, and I had worked with their people. And they were like, cool. So then the day of the show, hold on. Jasmine is saying, where's everyone chatting? I'm feeling about 80 years old tonight and my ability to handle tech tonight. Jasmine, if you're watching, and I'll tweet you as well, it's on the right side of the screen. If you're watching it, I don't know if you're watching it on your phone or if you're watching it on a laptop.
I have the same problem. Don't be hard on yourself. I'm almost didn't make it.
Now, if you're Jasmine, if you're watching it on your phone, which I will do that now. I will go there. If you're doing it on your phone, the chat will be, there's a button at the bottom that says live chat, and you can just click on that and it'll bring it up and you'll be able to live chat right there. Or you can just tweet me your questions. I am at NRD Renegades. I'm more than happy to take them that way.
If can't get in the chat, just NRD Renegades on Twitter.
Yep. So back to the story. What happened is the day of the show, I had got a hold of her people and I said, okay, we're good to go. We're ready tonight. Chief and I are on par. Even the elusive third Renegade Panda was ready to rock and roll that night.
Yeah, it's hard to get Panda on the show too. I mean, we tried to get her tonight and she's busy. So
yeah, Panda, she's a workaholic, man. So they're like, well, this is just a phone interview, right? I was like, well, no, it's through, I think at the time we were using Hangouts. I was like, okay, it's on Hangouts, that way we can see her. We can judge, we can kind of judge reactions to questions and things like that, see in the face. And her people go, oh, well, if it's a video chat, you have to pay for that. And I said, what? They're like, yeah, you have to pay to video chat with her. I said, I'm press. This is an interview. Why do I have to pay for an interview? So that went over like a fart in church. And since then, no contact with that person because it's just, I don't feel like in what we do, to shell out money for an interview. I don't know how other people would feel about that. But
that's kind of antithetical to the show when we start. We're low budget on almost on purpose. Well, I mean, we don't want to put any money into it. But I mean, on the same time, we want to keep it down to earth and kind of like everyman kind of a show, and that's why it's done on such a shoestring of a budget, and we just put it out for free. And we vowed to always have the show be free, so we're not going to pay for fucking interviews. Get out of here.
Let's see. Steven says, I had a similar but not quite issue with Matt Stryker, though he's cool, just bad communication. Former WWE wrestler, commentator, we've been wrestling. I think he was doing Lucha Underground for the last couple of years. I think he's been doing Lucha Underground. But yeah, I would love more wrestlers. The Chief and I's mecca of who we want on the show.
We've had a lot of them already, honestly. And
we've had a lot of them. We've had Scott Snyder, we've had James Rolfe, Brad Jones, the Angry Video Game, or not the Cinema Snob, which was fantastic. We talked a lot about movies.
Yeah, Trace Beaulieu was a big one for me from Mystery Science Theater. That was like a big one on my list.
Yeah, Trace. Then we had. We've had, B.D. Wong from Gotham, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park. We would love to have Tommy Wiseau on the show.
That's a huge one for Spin for sure, and it would be big for me too. But Spin, you've met him before, dude. So I've
met Tommy Wiseau. I have played football with Tommy Wiseau. My Facebook, my personal Facebook background will never change. This is a picture of me, Tommy Wiseau, and
Greg, right? That's Greg.
Greg Sestero. Yeah, so I met them. This was right around when the book The Disaster Artist came out, and I got to play football with him. And Maud, thank you for the tweets that you're putting out about how to do the chat and everything. Thank you so much. Tommy Wiseau would be a big one that we would love to have. We would love to have Nick Cage.
There was a point where we were close to getting Nick Cage.
We were so close to having Nick Cage on the show at one point.
We've got a weird connection to Nick Cage that we don't want to just come right out and ask the person that we know that knows him to get him on the show. But we would love that.
We may ask. You never know. And then there's just so many people we'd love to have on the show. I mean, this year has just been a fantastic year of people coming back and people, meeting people. Like we've met Dolly and so many other great people this year.
It's a balance, though. It's a fine line because you don't want to just keep. You want to branch out and get new people on too, but you also want to have the friends of the show that have been on a lot to come on whenever. So I mean, you got to try to balance who you have on and what you're doing.
Definitely.
Really, anybody. We just tell anybody if you just want to get on, come on. You want to get on right now? Come on.
Yeah, come on. I mean, y'all are participating right now on one of the shows. This is new for us. So we,
Yeah,
hey,
this is an experiment tonight, everybody.
it's a huge experiment. This is, and if you never know, we may do more of these every so often. It all depends on what you all want. Because we like to please.
We may change it up. We may do something else where we take calls at some point. That's what we'd like to do eventually.
Yeah.
Just have open line. Anybody can call.
Yeah. Hey, Chief, what about the news? The other news this week of that the mouse owns everything.
Yeah, you know what? I keep hearing. I don't know if it's just people wanting to shit all over it or not, but I keep hearing this thing like even though Disney is essentially bought back Fantastic Four and X-Men, that Fantastic Four's rights are still tied up at some German company somewhere, and they won't necessarily get that property yet, or they may not get it. I don't know. I don't know what the deal. On the surface, I could say from what I've just the surface of like headlines, like Disney buys Fox. That's fucking great to me, man. You have X-Men and Fantastic Four back in the Marvel Universe. I'm down. I want to see what a Marvel X-Men movie looks like. I want to see a Marvel Fantastic Four. We haven't seen either one of those things yet, and I want to see it. And I think that getting Spider-Man back, I honestly think Homecoming's the best Spider-Man movie ever made. I think it captures Peter Parker exactly what he's supposed to be. And even though it's a little Ultimate Universe, but it's still good.
Not the old Japanese one where he fought giant monsters and a robot?
Hey, that's canon.
That is canon. Let's see. Steven says it could be 7 more years. It's a bit confusing about it because Constantine owns the production rights and Fox has distribution or something. Constantinople, Istanbul was Constantinople.
Yeah, I heard it was some weird shit like that. See, I didn't get into the ins and outs of it, but I read like one article from like Newsarama or something where they were talking about how I think they've pretty much got the X-Men. I think that's what Feig wants anyway. He wanted X-Men because he said it a few weeks ago before this even happened.
You know what I read today? There was something up today, and it was like because Fox had the rights for Dragon Ball Evolution, that fuck all shit ass movie. That
Djibouti commentaries on it's funny though.
The Djibouti commentaries. If you guys don't follow Djibouti on Twitch or YouTube, go check out Djibouti dubs. That is freaking
good stuff.
They're fucking Ralph Tor. You got to see Ralph Tor in art. Oh my god, that shit is funny as hell. But they were saying that perhaps that Dragon Ball, at least movie stuff, could be going to Disney. But when do we go? Okay, let's put this to rest right now.
I want to see a Pixar Dragon Ball Z. That's what I
want. Goku versus Howard the Duck. There's no way that Goku could beat Howard the Duck. I mean, he can fuse with Deadpool, for Christ's sake. He can fusion ha. You
remember that? You remember that cool flip book artwork they did of Superman versus Goku?
Yes.
That's pretty bad. That's way off of the subject, but if you ever go look it up.
If you ever go to Screw Attack on YouTube, it's Screw Attack. They actually they do this thing called Death Battle. And Death Battle is they pit two characters against each other, video game characters, comic book characters. And they've pit twice, Goku versus Superman. The funniest one, though, is they pit Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. And it ends up turning out that there is no winner because both of them end up breaking the fourth wall and causing all sorts of mayhem and mischief in the real world. Jasmine says about the IT, married to an IT guy, but he's asleep. You're good, Jasmine. We love you. We miss you, Jasmine. We got to have you back on to talk some more cryptids at some point.
Yes.
Got to have you on to talk. We haven't talked cryptids in a long time.
We do Bigfoot shows here and there, so anytime you want to jump in on that.
Yeah. So, but with the merger of Disney and the mouse, I mean, the mouse owns everything. I mean, everybody just lay your hands, just lay down your arms and pray to the mouse. That's all it is.
Well, like what I told you earlier, how many years has Marvel had this all fucked up with their rights all over the place? And it took the money and the resources of Disney to bring it back together. And if, for me, those Marvel movies are good. If they're not, I mean, they're of course they're going to change things there a little bit, but so far, I've at least liked every one of them. To varying degrees. Some are better than others.
Steven says, "What I really want is a team up of Howard and Darkwing Duck." I would love that. Howard and Darkwing.
I would like to see Howard and Rocket.
Hold on, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty here. Just a little bit of technical difficulty. Give us 1 second to lock this down. Chief, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's the thing of doing it live.
Hey, things happen.
Things happen for a reason. There's no buffering. There's no beautiful little editing. They own Buffy and X-Files now, which is another great crossover from Steven. You know what? Buffy. Oh, Buffy.
I don't know. What do you think if they ever remade that? You think they could ever remake that? And
it would never capture the feel of the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because here I'll tell you what. This is how Buffy would be today. This is how Buffy would be today. I'm slaying a vampire. That's what I'm doing. Is I'm slaying a vampire. Yeah. That's what Buffy would. If they did Buffy today, it would have none of the good stuff. It would all be technology. It'd be like, yeah. I mean, one of the classic phrases from Buffy was, "If the apocalypse happens, beat me." Now it's going to be like, "Snapchat me." The apocalypse happens, Snapchat me. You know, I don't even own a Snapchat.
I think just that era the world is a completely different place than when that show was on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're redoing She-Ra.
Attitudes, everything's different now.
They're redoing She-Ra on Netflix. I
think that can be good. Animated. I love animation. Animation is the great equalizer. It's like I always say, I like all the superhero. I like all the superhero movies to varying degrees, just because it's a fantastic shit and it's entertaining. But nothing beats the animated side of DC or Marvel, I don't think. The DC animated universe is the best version of those heroes you're going to get in a moving motion picture type format. People in costumes always look somewhat ridiculous to me. Doesn't matter how cool it is. It always looks kind of goofy on a real person. Animation, it just gets the movements and everything right and the physical properties of the universe of comic books correct.
Yeah.
So like something like, what is it? The one that I really liked was the anime one, the Gotham Knight. I think it was the Batman anime. That one's really cool. Like Under the Red Hood, the Batman animated series. Those to me are definitive Batman, not Ben Affleck and Justice League. I can watch Ben Affleck and Justice League and be entertained by that. I haven't even seen that movie yet, but I'm sure I'm going to like it to some degree. I'm going to be entertained by at least some of the visuals of it, at the very least. But nobody.
Steven says sorry, buddy. Sorry. Steven says he's off for food, but he'll pop back in later if we're still on. Have a great show. Hey, Steven, thank you for popping in, brother. Thank you for joining us for a little bit. Well, we might still be on. I don't know. Chief and I it's Friday night. You never know how long Chief and I may go.
Gotta get on party.
Yeah, we got a party right here.
I got
on our computers with our bottles of water.
I got Punisher 219 in my bedroom just waiting for me.
Once again, if you're watching us, there is a live chat that's up. You can post your questions to us in the live chat. Or if you have a Twitter, you can tweet us at NRDRGE Renegades. You can tweet us questions there. We'll be taking your questions tonight. Anything you want to know, anything you're interested about, we will do that. Maud, I know you've got some burning questions in that head, Maud. Come on now. Come on, Nick. Come on. You know you got some on there. You've been listening to us since like episode 2. Which is very interesting because we're coming up very, very shortly on episode 175, which, of course, Chief, is one of your favorite. Every 25 episodes is one of your favorite times.
Yeah. It's time to get the sacrificial chickens out. It's time to light the candles for Cool Beer comes very soon.
Yes.
And we don't know what we're talking about because, we know Rebirth is going to be a thing. And Doomsday Clock, metal, those kinds of things. But Cool Beer has been branching out into other areas of interest. So it could be anything. Could be talking about anything with Cool Beer at this time. One of my favorite guys.
Maud asked, when will you do a theater episode again? You know, I love those ones. Okay, so for those who may not know what she's talking about, if you're reading the chat. So every so often, we do a show called Renegade Masterpiece Theater. This started out as a joke on an episode where Chief and I were like, you know what? Fuck it. We're bored. Let's go read Penthouse Forum in weird. Well, actually, it was more like I was reading Penthouse Forum to Chief in voices. So Paul Lynde, Nick Cage, my weird voices. And so we decided, well, what the hell? Let's just branch that off and make it into a full freaking episode. So we did. So if you go to our Podbean, nerdragerenegades.podbean.com, there's a tab on there that actually says Renegade Masterpiece Theater, and all the Renegade Masterpiece Theater episodes are there, so you can listen to them one right after the other.
It was several episodes in between, and then just one day Spin sent me a weird My Little Pony fan fiction. It was I opened my messenger, there's a My Little Pony fanfic in there, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like the most disturbing goddamn thing I've ever read in my life. I was like, yeah, dude, we gotta read this.
The other thing with the Renegade Masterpiece Theater is Chief and I pretty much decided we do not do those without Adam Lash. Adam Lash is a friend of ours. He's a comedian. He's a Broadway guy. He also has a show on YouTube called Gigahose. I highly recommend everybody go check out Gigahose. And I think he said it was moving to Amazon as well. Gigahose was moving to Amazon.
Yes, that's what he said. And to answer your question, Maud, whenever Adam is available next,
that's what we do. Whenever we cannot do it without Adam, and of course we always try to bring on like another guest. So like we've had like Panda did it with us when she's able to get on. We've had Jessica Ryan on with us doing it. Dolly is invited, and so is Olive Glass, our guest this past week. She's invited to come back. It also depends on what fanfics Chief and I can find, because we want them to be just like out there, you know, like the one we did. One of my favorites is still the Gonzo Camilla one. That one is still one of my all-time favorites. Is Gonzo fucking Camilla.
Yeah, I kind of wish that we could have got one together before Christmas, because I still haven't gotten to read my favorite Santa Claus one. The Santa Wants Anal one. It makes me laugh so hard every time I read it.
Yeah, and that's
like I said, I'm reading it all the time, but I've read it a few times because we were going to do it on the show.
Yeah, if you've listened to us for any amount of time, you know we don't give two craps. We do whatever we want on this show. We don't care. You know,
just for mature audiences.
Mature audiences only. Which we do want to thank everybody, because thanks to all of you, and also a big thanks to the folks at Filling the Void Podcast Network. We got on iHeartRadio this year. That is a huge thing for us. I mean, we are rubbing elbows with Taylor Swift now. You believe that? On iHeartRadio. It's like us and Taylor Swift, like one right after the other. You listen to, you know, Shake It Off, and then you go listen to friggin' weird erotic fan fictions. It's freaking amazing.
Some human resources manager out there has got us cranked in their office.
Oh yeah, every day. That's why it's Maud. Oh, thank you so much, Maud. That is freaking, you know, and that's all we can ask for, you know, is that you guys enjoy it. That's all we can ask for. You know, it's just great to do it. Chief and I are just this is our freaking like escape every week, you know, from work and all the bullshit of day-to-day stuff. I mean, the world is a fucked up place right now.
It's actually kind of what we do every day, and then we just record it once a week.
Yeah,
because we talk the same shit every day, all the time, all day long. But then we just kind of record on it on one night a week.
I've put up some stuff on our Facebook page. Once again, facebook.com/NRR Truth Radio. I've put up a couple screenshots of what our messenger chat is like. And if you saw the full thing, you would have us committed. That's, you know, it's like an hour of Danzig memes every day.
That's my fault.
And then, you know, maybe a talk about how, you know, Barry Gibb from the Bee Gees.
Yeah, I think we talked about Barry Gibb's penis for about an hour and a half one day.
It's the penis of God, Chief. Barry Gibb has the penis of God.
That's what you told me. I just take your word for it.
Barry Gibb is a beautiful man, and he's got that octave range. You cannot deny it. He was Sergeant Pepper. He was Sergeant Pepper.
I heard he plays the trumpet and he can fly.
He does, because he's freaking Barry Gibb. He can do no wrong. Barry Gibb and Michael McDonald in a super band. That's what we need.
And his balls have sideburns.
It'd be like Staying Alive. Staying Alive, I'm Michael McDonald.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. So we do a lot of that. Yes, Mod. So that's the next theater episode. It's coming. We're gonna do another theater episode probably around Valentine's Day. We're talking about doing one around Valentine's Day
on the show, so it won't be too long because I'm gonna make Spin do it pretty soon.
Yeah, most definitely. We're gonna be doing that. So we've talked about the mouse. We've talked about Gimple fucking up The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Oh, did I ever finish that? Oh yeah, fire that.
Hurting Chief on that one.
It's still burning in my soul, man. No, I'm saying the comic book's still good. I'm not bashing the comic book. I think Kirkman should be ashamed for selling out to the show like this hard. But for anybody reading the comic book, yeah, it's still fantastic. I love the book.
The book's
yeah, Negan is still alive and well for everybody. Once again, I'll repeat myself. Negan is alive, and he's a good dude.
I can't believe how many people I saw on Twitter complaining that they killed the tiger, that they killed Shiva. They're like, "You killed the tiger! How could you kill the tiger?"
I did a happy dance and I clapped. I gave it a standing ovation as it died.
Chief, tell them why you have a problem with Ezekiel's tiger from The Walking Dead, because that was one of my favorite rants you ever did. You did like a 10-minute rant on how you hate the tiger.
I wrote a book on it on Facebook. No, I hated it day one, and you know that the day it showed up in the book, when we were both reading the All Out War when Ezekiel came into when he came into The Walking Dead, and I said day one, I hate it. It's the dumbest thing ever, because my theory is, well, this is not just theory. It's some facts about tigers. They're solitary animals. They're solitary hunters. They don't live in family groups, and like the African lion. If they would have paired Ezekiel with if Kirkman would have paired Ezekiel with an African lion, I would have said, okay, I can believe that a lion could be fooled into thinking that this clan of people are its pride because they're social animals, and this lion would have protective feelings towards people in that group. I would think a tiger is not like that. A hungry tiger is going to eat any fucking thing in its vicinity, including the children running around the kingdom and the men and women going about their daily chores. This tiger just walk around. I don't believe a tiger could eat that. They say it ate zombies, whatever people try to say it ate zombies. They do say in the book that it eats zombies. There's no way a tiger could eat that much rotten meat and stay alive. I don't think there'd be any nutritional value in it. So I've hated the tiger since it first appeared in the book, and I could not wait for it to die. I couldn't wait for it to die in the book, and then, as I said, when they showed it on the show, I gave it a standing ovation as the zombies ate that son of a bitch alive.
Jasmine, welcome to the chat, Jasmine. Good to see you. If anybody doesn't know, I know Mod knows Jasmine. Jasmine was on the show The Quest. She was one of the competitors on the show The Quest, by our good friends Mark Ordesky and Jane Fleming. So welcome, and she's a former guest on this show as well.
Still one of the greatest like RP kind of immersive game shows ever put on TV. I don't know why they never do more of those like that.
It was Lord of the Rings. It was Lord of the Rings meets freaking Survivor. I mean, that is what it was, and everything was great. The production value. I mean, all the ladies were hot for the Vizier. I don't know how. I mean, they were hot for the Vizier.
Another guy's been on the show, actually.
He's been on the show as well. Great guy.
He's really funny. I like that guy. It's cool.
He's actually that was like, remember we had the interview with him and we got flooded with requests to put it up on YouTube. So people can see that full thing.
Everybody wanted to see him.
It was the cape. So much swish in that cape. So much swish. Jasmine, we were saying, I don't know if you heard me, we were saying we got to have you on so we can do some more cryptids talk. We haven't talked like Bigfoot or the Jersey Devil or Bootstrap Jack or whatever his name is, Boot Heel Jack or whatever, in so long. We got to have you back on for that.
It's like a Paul Bunyan murderer kind of guy. What's that?
It's something. It's like in like England or something.
Oh.
Mod says the show was awesome. Can't believe we were stuck with it. Okay, let me explain this about The Bachelor. Okay, here's what I don't understand about The Bachelor. Okay, where are the fat nerdy guys on The Bachelor? Why is it always some guy that looks like he walks right out of fucking? Oh no, The Bachelor. It's always some guy who like walks right out of fucking GQ magazine.
Well, yeah.
Fucking hello. I cannot find a date. I cannot find a woman. Bull fucking shit. You can find a woman, you motherfucking asshole. I mean, look at you. You're fucking Adonis. You're fucking Adonis. So where I want fucking fat, nerdy Bachelor. I want a guy like us that can talk. That's like, okay, where are you going on your date? It's not, we're going to go on this romantic boat ride and we're going to drink champagne. No, we're going down to the fucking arcade and you better beat my score in Pac-Man.
Fuck that, man. If the show's paying for the romantic boat ride, I'm taking that. I go to the arcade.
But they're also giving you unlimited play on the arcade, Chief. Unlimited. Limited play.
I'm telling you, you take advantage of what you can't get when they're going to give you a solid gold boat and like a trip somewhere. You take that. You can go to the arcade anytime.
But then it'd be like instead of giving out roses, you could give out like skee ball, Jasmine, all day long. But instead of giving out roses, you could be like
Infinity signed by Hickman.
Yeah, it's like will you accept this X-Men comic? Will you accept this X-Men comic? That's what it needs to be. That's what it needs to be. That's The Bachelor for me.
My first Frank Castle is War Machine issue.
Do you accept this copy of Star Fox? Do you accept this copy of Star Fox?
Or my signed 0-year Batman?
Will you come play some Nintendo with me? That's you got to beat level 1 on Mario. Graphic novels, those things are expensive.
That's coming. I'm sure that kind of show's coming one of these days. Maybe not. Maybe people are sick of it. You think people are sick of The Bachelor yet? I don't think it's doing that great.
Here's the thing. It's like people watch it, but it's like, at the end of the day, those two are not going to stay together, and they're not going to stay married. It's gonna be all over U.S. Magazine and People of, they're not together anymore. it's like when Bret Michaels had a freaking show on MTV where he was like, I can't find a girl. I want a girl. Rock of Love. It's like, motherfucker, you're Bret fucking Michaels.
I hate that shit more than anything. I hate that Kardashian shit. I hate all that reality. Like, that's not my kind of reality. I like Finding Bigfoot. Like, I know that show's a shit show, but I'm more entertained by that than just about any fucking thing on TV.
You don't mean to tell me there was like 20 girls who said, I want to be with Flavor Flav?
No. Maybe.
20 girls said, I want to freaking lay with Flavor Flav.
Funny things to people. But no, I don't watch any of that crap. I'll tell you my favorite shows. One of my absolute favorite shows, as I think I've said before, is Forged in Fire. I think it's on the History Channel, if I'm thinking right. Forged in Fire. They get 4 guys and 4 different 4 guys. They got 4 metal forges in a building, and they get 4 guys and they give them a big hunk of metal and they say, okay, make a knife out of this in 3 hours. So
it's blacksmith Iron Chef.
Exactly. And then and they make a knife, and the worst one goes home, and then they move on to the next thing where you finish the knife, and then they do all kinds of tests on it, like straight tests where they like hack through bones with it. It's like you have to make like a battle ready knife. It has to be a battle ready weapon that can actually hack through shit. And they have to do that. Then they make it. It's like a couple of different shows in one, because you got the first 4 go through this till they eliminate it down to 2 guys. Then 2 guys go head to head and make some ancient weapon from the past that has to be battle ready, like a Roman centurion sword or like a gladiator axe or whatever the fuck it is. They have to make that and then in their own forge and then bring it back and do tests to see which one's better. And they do kill tests. They put ballistic dummies in there and they hack them up with axes. And it's the greatest goddamn show in the world. I love that. And I love The Curse of Oak Island, where they're which I've been fascinated with Oak Island since I've been about 10 years old. I read that same Reader's Digest article about Oak Island when I was a kid, and about like the pirate treasure and the possibility of the Knights Templar, and it could be anything. And the Curse of Oak Island is getting great. I recommend it to anybody. Watch, if you haven't watched any of the seasons, you could go back and do just a cursory lookup of the history of Oak Island and watch this season. I implore you to watch this because they're finding shit this year. They've actually went through, for the last 3 years, they've gone through digging it up and looking and narrowing it down to where shit could be. This is the year where they've got it nailed down, and they're actually pulling shit out of the ground now. And this year is really cool. So I even spin, if you haven't seen the other seasons, watch this season because it's really interesting.
I got you.
The stuff they're pulling out of the ground.
Mod says we need more shows like The Quest with great people like Jasmine. I 100% agree with that. Jasmine's been watching Oak Island on and off, and Jasmine likes the show American Ripper. I haven't heard of that one, so I'm going to have to check that one out.
Is that the Zodiac one? Is that the one about, or is that a different one? There's one about the Zodiac now that's on, like, after Oak Island, that they're trying to find out who the Zodiac is. There's also one called, like, Finding Hitler, where they're trying to prove that Hitler survived after World War II and lived in Brazil. That one's pretty interesting, too.
Definitely. We're coming up on that hour mark. You know what, Chief? We're gonna extend this. We're gonna go a little bit longer.
We'll go a little bit longer.
We're gonna go longer because this is too much fun.
Yeah. How's it going? How's everybody doing out there? We doing all right?
Good out there. Everybody's alive and kicking.
How's it sound? Does everybody sound okay? Can you hear us all right?
Who built the Murder Castle? Murder Castle. That's H.H. Holmes.
Yeah, in Chicago, right here in my neck of the woods. Chicago.
Go down and get your beef sandwich.
Dicka.
Yeah, Dicka, Polish sausage, the Bears, the Bulls. You know, Baker's Dozen. Psychotronic Man.
Psychotronic Man from Chicago.
He's from Chicago. That's a great dub. If you haven't seen our commentary for Psychotronic Man, please go check it out on the YouTube. Psychotronic Man. That one is for Jasmine. Has an important question.
Yes.
Boxers. What the fuck should I do with my son's stupid elf tonight? Do you have a Barbie doll or anything? You know, you could have him with like a pentagram and like sacrificing Barbie to the higher gods. I'm all for that.
I think most of my ideas are going to traumatize the poor child.
Yeah, I hate that elf. I freaking hate the elf on the shelf. That little creepy bastard. You know, I don't know.
Peek over the edge of his bed, like
hang him from his ceiling, so he's like Mission Impossible Tom Cruise, like coming down. He's like like flying over him on the bed.
That thing reminds me. Remember the little thing in Cat's Eye?
Oh God, yes.
Try to suck the life out of Drew Barrymore.
You know what? I got a question for you all there in the chat. So Chief and I, we got our commentaries out, and we're going to be doing commentaries on. Just so you all know, we'll be doing commentaries on Jaws 3 and Jaws: The Revenge. Those are going to be coming out next year. What movies would you like to see us do commentary tracks on? If there's a movie you would like to see us do, one that's accessible, we'd love to hear from you about what movies you would like us to do commentary on. We're also planning to do like Christopher Lambert month.
Oh yeah, Greystoke is my number one that I want to do.
Razor. I want to do that Druids one. I know, and we're gonna do Beastmaster 3, The Eye of Braxis.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think he's in that. He's in the first one, right?
He's in the first one. They replaced him for the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to do Mortal Kombat too.
You will fight in Mortal Kombat.
he is very Wiseau-like. You just did that. It reminded me of Tommy.
He is. He's very Tommy Wiseau-like. The fate of millions depends upon you. The fate of millions.
I'm going to watch Druids tonight. That's my after show cool down.
We're going to do Druids. Chief and I mean, you watch. Chief and I will probably be doing commentary like Christmas Eve. We're going to be like, fuck it, it's Christmas Eve. Let's go watch a movie.
I'll be at my sister-in-law's house, but I'll be home like somewhat early.
You'll be home for Christmas.
I know my wife would be exhausted after that with all the kids and everything, so she's probably just going to crash when we get home. So I'll probably have the whole night to do movies. We could probably do that.
But we're gonna be doing those. I would love to do Popeye. with Robin Williams.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, I would just want to watch that just because I haven't seen it in so long.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I enjoy it.
Theater when it came out. My sister took me to see that when I was a kid, little kid.
Yeah. So that's I mean that's something that we love doing right now is like I said earlier in the show is those commentary tracks. So definitely if you want to check them out, you go to you're right here on the Facebook page, subscribe. That way you always know when we're on there. Jasmine, make sure you subscribe, my dear. And basically we give you the links to all the movies in the description of each video. So all you got to do, go on your computer, bring up our commentary, then you can click on the link, bring up the movie, start it, click play. When we say click play, and boom, you just listen to us do it. National Lampoon, Home Alone, or Xmas movies. We haven't done the Christmas movie, Jasmine, we did this year, which will drop on Tuesday. We did the Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah.
So that will drop Tuesday on the channel.
Old Wookiee masturbating.
They literally.
To Diane Carroll singing.
Oh no! This is ectoplasm. It was a spooky ghost. There was a ghost in here. Ooh, it's ectoplasm. Ooh.
Is that guy named Itchy? Is that the grandfather's name?
Itchy, yeah.
Itchy.
Definitely. It's funny. It's funnier with us because we lose it. Not as much as we lost it when we did the Time Machine. I found at a yard sale, but definitely it's worth watching.
Robo War is a pretty funny one. I was listening to some of the stuff. When we do the commentaries, and I listen back to them to see how they usually turn out, and I try not to listen to myself, and I just listen to Spins. And Spin made me laugh all the way through Robo War, so that's a good one to watch.
Definitely. The Robo Wars was a fun one to watch. Just because you can see all the aspects in there that are Predator.
Oh yeah. It's obviously Predator knockoff. I mean, almost scene by scene. Even down to the one guy that runs off, even the guy that tries to fight it on his own and dies with a knife. It's like almost exactly.
I want to give a shout out to Christina, who's been on this show with us. She's stuck at work. She was not able to join us tonight because she got stuck at work. But you're here in spirit, my dear. You're here in spirit. Golden Child.
She was actually on the show a few weeks ago.
She was. Golden Child. Could we even do the Golden Child? I don't know.
Maybe. It depends. It depends on if we can find it on like a streaming service.
Yeah. Like our criteria for these movies are a lot of the ones we've done are ones people probably haven't watched or haven't seen, not popular. Like we can't do romantic comedy ones unless it's like
we could.
God-awful. Well, we could if it's like the most god-awful romantic comedy one we've ever seen.
I want to do the Bakshi Lord of the Rings. That's one of my dream ones to do.
You want to do what now?
I want to do the Bakshi Lord of the Rings.
I own that. I own that on DVD.
We should do that one because a lot of it you can pick that one up usually. I just saw one like at Walmart. I think it was cheap, like a cheap print of the Bakshi cartoon.
Well, what about this, Chief? What about Alive? What about that one? What about that one when I'm there? When I'm there in Chicago?
Oh yeah, well we could do that.
We could do that. That'd be
like live on here, like live on the do the movie. Yeah. Just do the comments right on and just play the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Why not? And if we get it would only be up one night, so even if we get like DMCA, just pull it down anyway.
I don't know with with net neutrality gone.
Whatever. You know what? I was around before. I remember when there was no internet, and I was fine. The world didn't blow up when there wasn't internet, so I'll be fine if I can't use it for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not really concerned.
Yeah, but we'll be bringing.
Can I go to the store and buy food? Good enough.
We've been pretty consistent of bringing commentary tracks at least two a month. So that's been that's always fun. The other thing is our show is now also on YouTube. So every time I upload it to all the places that it is, it also now goes up on YouTube. So
I was wondering why that was. I kept seeing that the show was coming up on here. It's weird.
Because I manufactured it that way.
I see.
I'm always doing.
It's a good idea. More people. Some people just only want to. They don't want to fuck with podcasts and shit. They want to just go so they can go to YouTube and get it. That's good.
You can go right to YouTube. Yep. So everything. Like I said, our YouTube channel is going to be stacked in 2018. Chief and I are going to be doing a lot of stuff.
I was pretty impressed with our download numbers that you gave me the other day, man. I didn't realize we had that many. Some pretty good numbers we got going over. And that's just the Podbean numbers. We don't know what's going on iTunes or Filling the Void or any of that shit.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff in 2018, some live stuff, especially from C2E2. Which we will be there.
See, I can't wait till you get here again, man. Because it's gonna be so fun.
What's the first thing we do when I get off the plane, Chief?
Oh, we gotta get a beef sandwich.
Beef sandwich. We gotta get a beef sandwich.
Right, a good one too. We're gonna go to like Chucho's or someplace like that.
Oh God, yeah. Give it double dipped. Got to be double dipped.
Yeah, right on.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, double dipped.
We're gonna be right down there by the airport, so we'll find a good one this time.
Oh God. Oh. Donut. Is great. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a lot of that stuff. We're going to be posting a lot of more cool stuff. Like I said, the Chief's anime reviews are coming. My video game reviews are coming. Commentary tracks are on their way. You never know what we're going to do because I think Chief and I are now, we finally got this podcast thing down. I think we finally got it down, Chief. I don't know if you all tell us.
It took us 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Maud, do we have this thing down pack? Is it like old hat for us now? I don't know. But we're excited.
I don't know how good it is. I don't know people. I find it to be pretty easy myself. I don't. We don't even have time. We just get on here. We don't honestly. We have nothing planned. If you ever hear us, and when a guest comes on, we obviously we do a little research on the guest coming on, or if we know their work or whatever, and we're familiar with it. But when it's just us, man, we have nothing. We just turn this on and just start talking. So.
But basically what we did tonight. basically what we did tonight. If you're watching us, if you're listening to us, this is what we do. We come in, we have fun. It's not like, oh well, tonight we're going to be talking about this key topic. We're going to talk about this hot issue button. Oh
no, I scrapped that plan a long time ago. We used to do that for the old show, and no more. Not doing that again.
Yes, that show that will never be seen the light of day again.
Show that has no name.
The show that shall not be named. Yes, we had an old show, and that show is buried on a laptop over there. Buried.
There was some pretty good shit on there, though. I'd kind of like to go through it one of these days and pull some of the stuff out of it. Like we have some good interviews, a couple of good interviews on there. Yeah, but I might want to maybe not give it out to people. But I just want to see it again, just to see it.
Trip down memory lane. So, with you all, I really do want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I mean, this has been the first time we did it. I'm watching the numbers. We had people come on. We had people join us. We had people talk. It's been just so much fun to be with you all here tonight.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up because, like you just said, this was a first-time experiment, and we just kind of wanted to test it out and run it, see if we could pull off a live thing, and it seems to work pretty good, man. Hope everybody had a good time listening.
Yeah, we might do this more often. It depends if you guys like this. If you guys want, we'll get on again. We'll do it every so often. Not an every week thing, just every couple of weeks. Every couple of months, we may pop on, do this with you guys. You guys can ask questions. Really want to thank everybody that came on tonight in the chat. Kept the chat going. That's what I love. If this was Twitch and I could drop some sugar in that chat, I'd drop some sugar in that chat. Dropping that sugar. Maud, this is where I say thank you to everybody on here. Maud, you have been with us since episode 2.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a shirt, Maud. Yeah, I promise.
Yeah, we're working on that for everybody.
We drag our ass so much, and thanks for putting up with it.
Well, it's the big thing of we're trying to figure out all the logistics of the shirts and stuff.
Yeah, so that's to do with like quantity and print and like what quality shirt. Like it's expensive, and we want to make sure we get our money's worth out of it. So we're working with it. Yeah, so we're working on shirts and maybe some other little things, for you all, because we know you. I've got a shirt already, and I'm waiting for it. I can't wait to get it.
You'll get it. I got mine. It's in the wash. Big with our big goat head on there. Black Phillip.
Was so much cooler than the old one. That's why I can't wait to get it. I'm dying.
Yeah. So we're working on the shirts for everybody. But as always, you know, we've been asked this past year why we haven't done like a Patreon or something like that. Mainly
Why?
why? Mainly for the reason that with us, we want you all to always have us for free. You
Yeah,
all
this show will always be free for sure. I've
always.
made that statement. The Nerd Rage Renegades podcast is 100% free, and it will always remain 100% free. That's not saying we might not throw some commercials in here one of these days to make us a little bit of revenue, but the show itself will always be free of charge.
Hot Pockets.
We better get paid for that, Hot Pockets.
No, Mod. It's not that you want listen to our show to get a shirt. It's the fact that you will get a shirt. Okay, that's what it is. You will.
Because you listen to the show, you get a shirt. It's more like that.
You will get a shirt.
And you'll like it. It's really cool. I like the one Spin has a lot, and I want it.
Beans. Talk about them beans, girl. Yeah, so you're gonna get a shirt. But we, you know, to everybody that was in the chat, Dolly, thank you so much. Steven, thank you so much. Jasmine, Maud, thank you guys so much for joining us in the chat.
Thanks everybody for showing up for the first live event.
Yes, fantastic. It was so much fun. I had a lot of anxiety about going live, so you all really put me at ease. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I mean, really think about it. Well, this isn't the first. We've been on other podcasts and shows that were live, and it didn't bother us.
Oh, the space wife on, Chief. Look, it's the space wife in the chat.
Where's she at? Hold on.
The space wife is in the chat. Hi, space wife.
My chat's catching up. I gotta see. Should I dox my own wife? I'm gonna dox you.
She's probably gonna come in and like you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna see this door open behind me, and my head will just explode. Like
bam, bam, baby. So what's gonna happen is this show will actually be this next week's episode. So it will be on our it will be on our Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM, Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio, GamingRebellion.com, Filling the Void Podcast Network, and Spreaker and YouTube all next week. With the added bonus of the weekly DC Comics reviews, which Chief and I will be doing a little bit later. And really good comics this week because we got the new issue of Metal. So
yeah, I got to read that yet. That's another thing I got to do tonight.
Yeah. So we will be bringing, as every week, being official reviewers for DC Comics, we will be bringing the DC Comics reviews every week. New commentary track on Tuesday, Star Wars Holiday Special on Tuesday. That one is going to be freaking hilarious. It was funny watching it.
I'm looking right here on my list right here. We got the Djibouti Dubs Gremlins commentary highlights are right above Renegade Risk Time Machine I found at a yard sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right here on the side here.
Oh, nice. That's nice. I've got JonTron on above us. That's great. Above the Gargoyles riff. So that's coming out on Tuesday, the Star Wars Holiday Special commentary. Then we're going to be doing some more after that. You'll get one more episode after this. You'll get one more episode of the Nerd Rage Renegades before the New Year's. So that'll be coming out in about 2 weeks. That'll be fantastic. And then we've already started getting requests for guests to be on the show in the new year. We've actually been, I told you about this yesterday. We've actually been contacted by some agencies for guests.
Oh, yeah.
They want to schedule with us. So we'll be bringing that for everybody listening. We've had a great year. We've had a great 3 years of this show.
Yeah, it's I think 4. Has it been 4? I thought it was 4.
Yeah. The little show that could, the little show that was born out of anger and frustration and just giving no fucks. And it's this is how it's been. I hope Chief has told you how much I like the commentary tracks. Yes, he has. I'm glad you enjoy them. I'm glad you enjoy them, Space Wife.
We like making them. They're fun.
We love making them.
I love you, wife.
I love you, wife. Oh, we're gonna do Lost in Space. That is one we're gonna do. We're gonna do Lost in Space.
Yeah, William Hurt. Yes. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, I love you, wife.
That's the best line ever.
Gotta be attacked by the spiders. a lot of stuff coming down the pike, and it's because of you all that are watching right now. It's because of everybody that listens to our show every single week, interacts with us on the Facebook page, on the Twitter. It has been fantastic to have all of you guys following us this whole time, and Chief and I, we look forward to doing this every freaking week. Every freaking week.
Is it lame if I thumbs up our own video? Because I'm going to do it.
No, you can do it. Go ahead and do it. Do it.
Oh, 6. Oh, like, 6. There's 6 now. To jump 2 when I did it.
Oh, yeah.
Magic touch.
Magic. Ooh, magic. So at this point, I want to, if there's any last questions from the chat, you can pop them up there and we'll answer them, because I'm not ready to get off yet, but I don't want this thing to go too long. But if you got any last questions you want to know about us, some of maybe our favorite movies, our favorite books, whatever you want to know about, music, pop it up in the chat, or you can shoot it to NRDRG Renegades on the Twitter, and we'll answer it before we get out of here tonight.
Yeah,
and we'll give it a couple minutes, that way the chat can catch up.
Yeah, it's like mine's is like when I go back to the viewing, like everything's real slow on this side when I come over here. So yeah, I'm waiting for the chat to catch up on this on my page here. Yeah.
I'm also going to be looking at how to do live streaming of games in the new year. So that'll be something else I want you all to...
And you may get me out on that too, because I have the ability. I've got a Twitch channel, and are you going to go on Twitch, or are you going to do it on YouTube?
That's right. So if you want to watch games, if you guys want to watch us play games, we have 2 ways to do that. You can watch it here on YouTube. Sometimes I'll go live and I'll put it there on YouTube. Or we have a Twitch account, Nerd Rage Renegades on Twitch. I haven't done anything with that one yet, so I gotta get a headset for my PS4.
I wonder if I can do on my. I'll set up a Nerd Rage on the Xbox. I'll set up. I'll just give
you the login for the Twitch, and you can, use the same one. No need to duplicate. We'll use the same one.
All right. Well, yeah, because we want to do. We're going to get that Resident Evil DLC, and we should be able to. We could do those.
Oh yeah, that's out now. That's out now.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, all right, out now. I gotta get the new Resident Evil DLC.
I need to get a good mic so I can do commentary over my gameplay. But
yeah, so we'll be doing the gameplay stuff. There's a couple on the YouTube channel. There's no commentary on that. It's just me playing silently. But I think there's some Deadpool, and there is some Sonic Mania, and there is some God of War 3 up there, and there'll be more coming. I mean, I've got consoles for days.
Yeah, you do.
I just gotta fucking get them all hooked up and get my stuff so I can actually stream this shit. But I've got consoles for days.
One of them is mine though. There's a PS2 there that's mine somewhere.
Yeah, it's over there in my stack of PS2s, because I've got like 3 or 4 of them over there. So over there that way. So with that, we want to thank everybody. If there's no more questions, we want to thank you all for the questions, and thank you all for joining us.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Everybody that came and popped in and said hello. And if you're gone now, I'll get back to you later and say thanks. But thanks for showing up.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel that you're watching this on. Just go down there where you see the little goat head. It says Nerd Rage Renegades. Click on that. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And if you subscribe, make sure you also click the little bell icon. That way you will always know when something new is going on the channel. That way when we drop a new commentary track or anything, you will get that notification sent right to your mobile device or your iPad, your tablet, wherever. It'll go right to there. Also, make sure
when you get done with the show, you could also go down and watch a couple of movies. There's some movies right down there. You could enjoy.
Please go check out some of our Renegade riffs, some of our commentary tracks. They make us laugh. We had fun doing them. Please go check those out. Like I said, we make it easy for you. We have the link to the movie, click the link to the movie, and then you click the link, then you just think it up, and boom, there you go. You're listening to us and watching a movie with us. So make sure you go do that. If you haven't gone to our Facebook page, join us on Facebook, facebook.com/NRR Truth Radio. That is where we put the show. Goes up there every week, sometimes some fun stuff. If we go live again, you'll get the notification right there under the events tab. So make sure you do that. If you are on Twitter, it's twitter.com/NRDRGE Renegades. You will always get the show there. You will always have the latest up-to-date stuff on there. So go to that. And we have a Nerd Rage Renegades Instagram, which I'm still working on. I'm still figuring that whole shebang out.
Got a website out there somewhere too. We got to work on that too one of these days.
Yeah, we have a website, but it is currently under renovation. It's been under renovation for months because
when it gets done, though, it's cool. It was cool before. It just needed to be updated and fixed.
Yeah, we gotta really update it. It's just, with work and kids and everything, it takes a lot. And we're two men. We are two men. So, but thank you all so much for joining us, Maud. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. Thank you so much.